Welcome everybody. In today's class we will be learning how to calculate the mean when the frequencies are grouped. Now this is how in the real world the data will be given. So they will always be grouped. Why? Because the data set is very large. And in case of large data set, we wouldn't be able to place in the frequency for every entity. That is going to really make the analysis of the data set to be challenging. So to avoid that, the technique used is grouping. So we will actually study in this class how do we go about finding the mean of grouped frequencies. So having mentioned to you that concept, I will give two examples for this grouped frequency, and at the end of the class I will also mention the further benefits of this particular technique and why it is imperative that you gain a mastery of this. So having mentioned that, foremost let me consider this particular data. You have students in a class and they are taking a math test, a math IQ test, and their scores are actually presented by means of grouped frequency technique. So students who have got between 0 to 10 marks are placed in, and the frequency, let me write the heading, this is score and frequency. Now I'm placing a 5. It would mean in this range 0 to 10 that there are 5 students. Now we do not know what is the score. All we know is that between 0 to 10, 5 students have got their scores, and that is the actual technique behind grouping. We will not be specifying the student score for each student. Say for example, if I were to place this 0 to 10 score, I would have to place students who have got 0 marks, students who have got 1 mark, students who have got 2 marks, students who have got 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks, 6 marks. You see that? Just to place in the marks, see the length I have taken here, and imagine you are going to tabulate this. The very sight of it would really throw chaos to the data analyst. So we do not follow this process. What do we do instead? We outrightly state between 0 to 10, 5 students are actually present in this particular range. When I say 5 students are present in that range, it means 5 students have scored in that range. So moving on, I hope you have understood that idea. Now between 10 to 20, there are 8 students. Between 20 to 30, there are 7 students, and between 30 to 40 there are 3 students, and 40 is the mark, maximum mark for this particular IQ test. So with this in our hands, we will have to perform the analysis. How are we going to do that? So foremost, to perform any analysis in statistics, we will have to get the following. In other words, when I talk about following, I'm talking about the table. We will have to actually get the table. Now the table is going to carry the following heading. Let me draw the table here. This is what is called as a midpoint. M stands for midpoint. And next we will calculate MF. So this is the frequency, this is the score. So the scores are between 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 30 to 40. The frequencies are 5, 8, 7 and 3. Now we will have to get the midpoint. So how do we calculate the midpoint? This is the formula. To calculate the midpoint, lower class limit added with upper class limit, and that has to be divided by 2. So in this case, 0 added with 10 divided by 2, that is going to be 5. That's the midpoint. Now 10 added with 20 divided by 2, that's going to be 15. So place the midpoint. Now 20 added with 30, divided by 2, that's going to be 25 is the midpoint. So 30 added with 40 divided by 2, that's going to be 35 is the midpoint. So this is the first thing that you need to do. Now after you have done the midpoint, MF, that means the midpoint multiplied with the frequency. 5 into 5, 25. 8 5s are 44, 120. And 7 5s are 35, 3, 14, 175. By 3s are 50, 9, 10, 105. So this is the complete table. Now after you have completed this table, what you have to do, you will have to add them up. You will have to add the MF. So 5, 5, 10, 15, 1, 3, 5, 12 and 4. 425 is the value. After you have got this, find out, so this is actually what is this? This is nothing but sigma MF. Now you calculate sigma F. How many students are there? 13, 20, 23. So now to get the mean of the grouped frequency, so this x bar is nothing but the mean for the grouped frequency. So it's equal to sigma MF divided by sigma F. So that is going to be 425 divided by 23. You can use a calculator or you can simply calculate. This is going to be approximately 18.48. Let me show that to you. Take a calculator. Calculator is the best friend for a statistician. 425 divided by 23. What do you get? 18.47. I'm taking it as 18.48. So this is my mean of the grouped frequency. Right? 18.48. Okay. Now I have already mentioned to you, I'm going to give you two illustrations. This is the first illustration. Now in case of the second illustration, I'm going to give you the following. What is that? Let me draw a table. Lower salary, and this is the upper salary. So this is the range that is being given to us. So 20,000 and upper salary is 29,999. This is 30,000, 39,999. So let me fill in the data. Right, so one more 9 should be there. Okay, so this is 99, 89, 79, 69, 59, 49, 39, 29. Now the frequencies are given 30, 20. Now we are expected to find x bar. What is x bar? X bar is nothing but the mean of the grouped frequency. Now there is a major problem that we will face because the upper bound is given to be as 29,999. So this is a challenging amount. Why? Because for calculations there is a likelihood of a mistake creeping in when we perform the analysis. So what do? We avoid that. Now how do we avoid that? Instead of saying 29,999, we move the yard, or I would say the bar, a bit. We take it as 20 to 30,000, 30 to 40, and so on and so forth. So let me draw the changed data. Okay, so with that in place, what we will do is we will write down the data given to us. So let me do that. So 20,000 to 30,000. How many people are there? 30. 30,000 to 40,000. How many people are there? 20. Now, after you have got this, you will have to find the midpoint. So how do you find the midpoint? 20,000 plus 30,000 you divided by 2. I'm going to use the calculator, and that would be a little bit faster. So 20,000, so 25,000. So I'll just place 25,000, and this is going to be 35,000. I'll just fill in the data. So M is calculated. Now you need to get MF. Now what I will do is I will just perform MF over here. So this is going to be my MF, so that it will be in one table. So this into this, you can use a calculator, and 25 into 30, 750,000, 750,000, 750,000, and then this is 700,000, right? 20 into 35, and now I need to place one more value, that's 105,000. This is important. So now what we can do is we can just, as I mentioned to you, multiply M into F. So we will have 1425 and then 23008, and then that is going to be 1995, and then we need to place in 3 zeros. So 3333, okay, so that's fine. And one more entry, 15 into 105. This is the value 1575. I'm going to place that 1575000. Okay, so this is my MF. Now to get the X bar value, we need to get the sigma MF here and sigma F. So X bar is equal to sigma MF divided by sigma F. So I need to add up all those things. So let me do the addition. 75 plus okay, that is this value. So you're getting 1159 followed by 4 zeros. Okay, and sigma F, we got to add all those things. So this is equal to 182. So 1159 divided by 182. 1159 divided by 182. So this is the value of getting 63681.318. I can change it to 2. So this is my average. So that would mean on an average this is the salary that most employees in the organization are receiving. Now you know what is the astounding fact? The astounding fact in this particular technique is the accuracy level that we get is around 99%. That is the accuracy level. In other words, if we were not to follow this grouped mean technique but follow the straightforward way, the difference between that technique and this technique would be 99% closer. In other words, the mean that we got from the original technique, straightforward technique, versus this. So that is how close this particular value is. Now you might be wondering, why do we need to learn this? Let me give you these advantages, important advantages. First is that in the practical world, this is the most practical technique, or for practicality, this technique is very efficient. This is the first advantage. Number two, easy data management. The manageability of the data is easily done. So we can perform data management and also data maintenance fairly with ease. Number 3 is understanding this will give you good foundation for learning more complex statistical methods. That's the third advantage. Now fourth advantage is this method has got variety of applications. Now you might be asking me, where do I see these applications? First and foremost thing, in economics. Without this technique, we wouldn't be able to study many of the complex problems in economics. Number 2, in social sciences. Whenever you talk about social sciences, the data involved is very, very large. It's gargantuan in nature. Number 3, in natural sciences. Number 4, in medicines. So these are the 4 major applications where we can use this grouped frequency technique, where the mean is obtained. In other words, I would say the technique of extracting the mean from grouped frequencies. So I hope you enjoyed this particular class and the method that I've been shown here. Until we meet again, enjoy your day. Thank you.